Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through a Champions League prediction kind of thing, preview of games that are coming up. We're halfway through the Champions League season now, and the Europa League season, and the Europa Conference League season. And right now I would be wanting to do a revision of my predictions like I've done for the Premier League last week. But I went onto the site today and the site's just not working, and I've obviously not had enough time to plan anything and build something of my own. So instead what I've done is I've written down all the results, and I'm going to yabber on to you for a while about what results I think are going to happen. I'm not going to talk about every single result, we're going to talk about the major results, and then we're going to go on to the league table of the Champions League. We're going to talk about major results of all the competition right now, starting with that Bayern Munich and PSG game happening next week with a 3-1 Bayern Munich. I think it's going to happen. Inter Milan Leipzig. I originally had 0-0 for this one, but I changed my mind and went, no, Inter will win that game and Inter will beat Leipzig. Just 1-0 though, keeping it close, keeping it tight, and that's how it's going to be. City beating Feyenoord 3-1, going back to the winners in the Champions League after their loss to Sporting. But don't hold your horses. Sporting then beating Arsenal as well. You know, I think, you know, putting our two English teams at home, and I think they're going to win them both. Liverpool to draw with Real Madrid. It feels like a game that they will lose, but I feel like the way Real Madrid are playing, they won't lose it, and it's just down to the way Real Madrid are playing. Nothing to do with Liverpool. Juve to beat Villa to continue with their woes, and then Leipzig to also beat Villa as well. Atalanta to beat Real Madrid. What else have we got here? Sorry, I want to put it here, and then we can kind of like more icon. That's a bit better. Leverkusen to get beat by Inter Milan. Brest to beat PSV 3-0. I feel like it's an important one because I feel like it's important for what Brest are going to do with the rest of their Champions League run. Dortmund to beat Barcelona. That is a very important one, and we'll get to that one later. Arsenal to beat Monaco. Monaco have been playing well, but I think Arsenal still win that game no matter what. Juve to draw with City. You know, City have a few slip-ups here. Girona to get absolutely smashed out of the park by Liverpool. Monaco to beat Villa, another slip up by Villa. That's 4 games in a row that they have lost. It's getting a bit shaky. Liverpool to beat Lille 3-1. Atletico Madrid to draw 0-0 with Leverkusen. Benfica to get beat 5-1 by Barcelona. I'm going to that game as well, so I'm looking forward to that one. PSG to draw with City. Arsenal to beat Dinamo Zagreb. I think that's easier. Barcelona to beat Atalanta 2-0. Inter to beat Monaco 2-0. Monaco losing back-to-back games there. City to beat Club Brugge 7-0. It's their last game in the Champions League of like the league phase. They'll want to go out with a bang, and Haaland will go out with a 4-goal bang. I'm telling you it now. Liverpool to beat PSV 5-0. Villa to finally get a win against Celtic there and stay in the Champions League. And then Arsenal to beat Girona, and Brest to beat Real Madrid on the final day of the Champions League, and into Real Madrid's woes in this run. Europa League now, I think United will beat Bodø Glimt 4-0 next week. We'll have a very comfortable game against them, hopefully in Amorim's first Europa League game at United. Spurs to draw with Roma. The slip-ups will happen. Spurs will start to slip up. Nice to beat Rangers 2-0. Victoria Pleasant to get beaten by United 3-1. Rangers to then draw with Spurs. United to then beat Rangers. Spurs to then beat Elfsborg. Bucharest to get beaten by United 4-0. And Hoffenheim to have a really tight game with Spurs, but Spurs come out on top. Chelsea have 3 games left in the Europa Conference League, and I think that we're going to win all 3, scoring 16 goals in the process. Plenty of goals, plenty of rotation. Simple as 5-1 against Heidenheim, 4-0 against Astana, and 7-0 against Shamrock Rovers. Let's get on to it. Let's get on to what you're waiting for, right? It's the Champions League table now. How do I think the Champions League table is going to finish? I think Inter are going to finish top of the Champions League table. 22 points, same with Liverpool. 7 wins and 1 draw. Both teams to go unbeaten for the whole phase. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Dortmund finished on 21 points, just slightly behind Inter and Liverpool, but I'm sure they'll take that 21 points and be happy with it. Sporting to finish 4th with 20 points, and rounding out the rest of that top 8 would be Barcelona on 18, Bayern Munich on 18, Brest on 17, and Atalanta on 17, meaning they are the teams that will automatically qualify for the next knockout phase. And people that are still saying this league phase is boring will get it straight. They'll go, whoa, oh, actually, you know, it's quite interesting. Going into the round of 16 though, that knockout game to go into the actual round of 16 will be Juve, Monaco, Arsenal, Lille, Atletico Madrid on 16 points, City on 15 points, AC Milan on 15 points, Leverkusen on 13 points, and that's the top 8 of, the top 8 of them teams that are going to go to the knockout phase. and the qualification knockout, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's seeded, but if it is seeded, that's a hefty top half. But there's still some big teams down there. Celtic, Dinamo Zagreb, not big, but finishing 13 points, both finishing above the likes of Villa on 12, PSG on 11, Real Madrid on 10, Benfica on 9, Feyenoord on 9, and PSV on 9 points. If it is seeded, Real against Real Madrid, it will be so unlucky, but there's some fixtures in there that you don't want to see. Maybe like Villa might be like going, I want an AC Milan, I want a Monaco, see what they can get against them. It will be interesting. And then falling out of the Champions League, Stuttgart missing out by just 1 point on 8 points, Leipzig on 7 points, Girona on 6, Bruges getting 6 points, Shakhtar only getting 5 points. Now on to the ones that just played so poorly. Sparta getting 4 points, Salzburg getting 4 points, Red Star getting 4 points, and then the 3 teams without a single win on the board. Bologna with 1 point, Sturm Graz with 1 point, and Slovan Bratislava with 1 point. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair Champions League run. I wish I had some sort of graphic to show you right now, but as I said, it's caught me off guard that I didn't have the system to be able to predict results. It's been really annoying for me because I was like, I want to go on, do my Champions League predictions, get that posted, but I can't even show you guys properly what I'm predicting. You can't even discuss it with me properly. It's infuriating. Hopefully by the time game week 6 comes around, game week 6 has ended in the Champions League, and we're on to game week 7 and 8, and I can do another revamp of my predictions. The site will be back up again, and I can do the predictions again, hopefully. If you like the video, please leave a like, that'd be much appreciated, and let me know in the comments who you think is going to finish in the top 8 teams in the Champions League, and who you think is going to get knocked out of the Champions League. If there are any surprises in there, let's have a discussion about it. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do see you next time. Cheers.